My beloved toddler, the quietest turning points almost in no way announce themselves with loud voices, and that is why I've asked this moment to find you in place of passing you with the aid of. There may be something unfolding under the floor of your ordinary days that your eyes have now not fully noticed, but you could have sensed it simplest as a gentle feeling, a pause earlier than answering a message, a surprising change on your peace, or an unexpected silence wherein there was consistent noise. None of these moments arrived with the aid of accident. They had been cautiously getting ready your heart to apprehend what is set to alternate. Do not pass this moment, because something crucial is awaiting you. And it's been moving in the direction of you long before you realized it. For a long term, you believed every familiar presence belonged to your adventure without a doubt because it had always been there. But now not all of us who walks beside you is meant to stroll beside you for all time. Seasons exchange, rivers discover new paths, or even the strongest timber quietly launch antique leaves without anger or regret. I work with the identical quiet know-how. I in no way do away with what clearly facilitates your coronary heart turn out to be stronger. I simplest loosen the connections that have already completed their reason, even if your emotions have no longer caught up with that fact. You've got wondered why positive conversations no longer deliver the warm temperature they as soon as did, why some smiles experience distant, why your spirit feels lighter after leaving positive locations as opposed to heavier after leaving the human beings you love. The one's emotions are not intended to confuse you, they're gentle invitations to be aware in which your peace certainly grows, and where it quietly disappears. There is no need to pressure answers today, without a doubt. Take a look at, every now and then knowledge arrives best after your coronary heart becomes nevertheless enough to get hold of it. Right here is the element which can marvel you. The character I'm talking approximately is not someone your thoughts would at once choose. This is why I've not spoken the call. If I revealed the whole lot now, your thoughts might rush ahead of your expertise. As an alternative, I want your coronary heart to recognize the truth before your interest demands details. Actual readability is by no means built upon surprise alone, it grows via quiet consciousness, one layer at a time. There's a person whose position on your existence has slowly grown to be smaller, even as their bodily presence has remained the same. You have tried to provide an explanation for this feeling away. You've got satisfied yourself that perhaps you were imagining it, but each time you discovered proper peace, you noticed it passed off when expectations faded and your interest back to the lifestyles ready in the front of you rather than in the back of you. That is not coincidence. That is mild course. Stay until the quit, due to the fact the subsequent step of this journey is not like whatever you anticipate. The solution will no longer arrive through drama or warfare, it will come through an unexpected moment of clarity, one so regular that many people could forget about it absolutely, yet while it seems, you will understand why every unanswered question needed to stay unanswered until now. And when that quiet attention subsequently reaches your coronary heart, you may find out that the call you anticipated, turned into by no means the only I used to be making ready you to recognize. There are moments while silence speaks greater truly than communication, and this is one of these moments. Pay attention intently, because the next piece does not arrive to create distance between you and everyone else. It arrives to help you understand in which your peace has quietly been ready. All along, something important is waiting for you, and each sentence from this moment ahead is main you toward it. You have got been looking outward for causes, thinking if a person else's movements had been the motive your coronary heart felt unsettled. Yet the deeper fact frequently exhibits itself in a far gentler manner. The individual whose vicinity on your journey is changing has no longer abruptly grown to be distinctive in a single day. As an alternative, your very own spirit has been growing. What once felt familiar now not appears like home, no longer due to the fact everybody has failed you, however due to the fact you are getting a person who no longer wishes to stay in which your boom has already finished. Think about the moments when you felt suddenly calm after deciding on a touch distance. Possibly it lasted only a few minutes, perhaps you couldn't explain it in any respect. That calm became no longer empty area, it changed into room being prepared for something new to enter your lifestyles. Peace frequently arrives earlier than knowledge does. Many humans pass over this because they hold attempting to find dramatic signs and symptoms, while the most meaningful changes start with a quiet feel of alleviation. Do now not rush to place a name to your mind, interest certainly wishes instantaneous solutions, however information movements at a different pace. If I had been to reveal the whole thing earlier than your coronary heart changed into ready, you would possibly hold directly to assumptions in preference to truth. This is why each layer is unfolding slowly, each step is getting ready you to apprehend something that has been hidden in simple sight for a long way longer than you recognize. There may be a person who has unknowingly ended up connected to an older version of you, the version that doubted itself, searched continuously for approval, and believed each relationship had to be carried through effort by myself. However, you're now not that character. Your heart has found out to price quiet respect over constant reassurance. It has found out that real connections by no means require you to turn out to be smaller just to keep them close. Do not skip what comes subsequent, because this attention can also exchange the way you take a look at your own journey. Soon, you'll notice simple conversation, a quick pause, or an ordinary moment that feels unexpectedly huge. Others might also forget about it absolutely. However, you'll recognize it as the beginning of an answer that has been anticipating you, and whilst that second arrives, you can discover that the call you predicted to pay attention is slowly fading from your thoughts, whilst any other name, one you by no means considered, starts to stand quietly at the center of the whole thing. This is where the next element starts off evolved. A quiet shift has already started, despite the fact that nothing round you appears distinctive. The world often believes alternate starts with a visible occasion, but I tell you that the innermost variations begin lengthy earlier than every person else can see them. What you're experiencing now isn't confusion. It is the mild area between who you had been and who you are becoming. Live till the quit, due to the fact the following layer may additionally solution a question you've got carried without even knowing it. You've got observed that certain conversations no longer hold your interest the way they once did. Phrases that used to linger for your mind now fade nearly as quickly as they come. This isn't always because your coronary heart has become distant. It's far because your peace has emerged as more treasured than constant explanation. You are gaining knowledge of that not each silence must be filled and no longer every connection need to be held with the identical energy all the time. The character whose region for your life is quietly changing has not been chosen because of one mistake or one hard moment. Life is rarely that simple, once in a while paths certainly start pointing in specific direction. One keeps towards the destiny prepared for you, even as the other stays related to a season that has already fulfilled its reason. Neither course is wrong, but they are now not supposed to stay facet by using aspect for all time. You can marvel, how will I understand? The answer will not arrive through dramatic words. It's going to come via a sudden experience of readability. You may note that your heart no longer feels divided. Selections that when seemed not possible turns into fairly non-violent. The weight you've got been sporting will start to disappear, not because someone informed you what to do, however because you eventually understand what your personal spirit has quietly understood for a long term. There's every other element I have no longer yet discovered. The name related to this message is closer than you consider, yet no longer inside the way you expect. This is why I've requested you to remain patient. Expectations frequently appearance in a single path even as truth quietly procedures from any other. If I spoke the call now, your memories may end up louder than your awareness. Instead, I need your heart to apprehend the pattern before it recognizes the person. Do not skip this second, because something meaningful is still unfolding. A easy interaction, a passing idea, or maybe an ordinary day will soon convey uncommon importance. At first, it may appear too small to rely. However, when you look back, you'll recognize that this quiet moment marked the start of a totally exceptional chapter, and just while you consider you have finally found out who this message is set, another gentle awareness will seem, one which modifications the complete image and brings you closer than ever to the truth ready in the next part. Now, not every solution arrives as a single second. Some truths technique so gently that they experience like a dawn instead of a lightning flash. This is one of those moments. If you keep listening with an open heart, you may note that what as soon as felt uncertain is beginning to settle into quiet knowledge. Do not skip this element, due to the fact something critical is looking ahead to you, and it is arriving one peaceful step at a time. You have spent greater time than you recognize seeking to understand humans whose moves in no way absolutely matched their phrases. You looked for hidden meanings, replayed conversations, and questioned if there has been one more aspect you must have stated. But while your attention became in the direction of those unanswered questions, some other present was quietly growing inside you, the ability to apprehend peace without having regular reassurance. That gift is converting the entirety. The person whose role is slowly fading out of your adventure won't even realize it themselves. There may be no need for conflict, no need for dramatic endings. Some relationships truly end up quieter because they have already given what they have been supposed to offer. Keeping on to them with fear could most effective keep each hearts from getting into the next season prepared for them. Observe what takes place over the coming days. Be aware of wherein your spirit naturally feels light. Pay attention to the conversations that go away you advocated rather than exhausted. Watch the folks that celebrate your increase without asking you to emerge as a person smaller. These quiet signs and symptoms will reveal extra than any sudden declaration ever should. You may nonetheless be questioning approximately the name. That interest is comprehensible. However, the purpose of this message has by no means been about growing suspense for its own sake. It's been about getting ready your coronary heart to acquire the truth with expertise instead of impulse. Whilst the right second arrives, the call will no longer experience surprising due to the fact it is sudden. It's going to experience unexpected because, deep inside, you already sensed it lengthy before your thoughts admit.